The Chevelle, and there's probably going to be a couple of boring videos because I basically have to just let everything dry because I got Future on and it just needs to cure. But one thing, I got 2 coats of Future on the Chevelle, but I had to, on the top here, there was actually 2 little, I want to say, dots of Future. Actually, when the airbrush sprayed it, I don't know why it pulled up 2 little spots. You could actually feel it on the top. So what I did is, and you can strip Future, but you don't have to strip the whole entire car. You can just do where you have an imperfection. So what I did is, to strip Future, is you take a little bit of Windex here, and, you know, or not really straight up ammonia, and you just take you a little bit, and I like to use a makeup sponges. It's not abrasive to the finish or the model, so you just dip that in Windex over there, and you can just get the Future off the spot that you need. Got that off. I actually sprayed the paint just a little bit on there just to make it even, and then I'm going to put one more coat of Future on the top, and we'll be ready to rock and roll on that. And that's almost done. I'm going to let it cure today, and then I'll be able to do a walk around on it and see if we need to finish everything else. But everything is good to go. Now it probably looks a little more shinier than it is because I do got the magic lamp, which is basically cooking the paint on there, which is one of the reasons why I got a lamp like this, just to help cure dry time. But anyway, that's where I stand on the Chevelle. We're almost done, and then I'll be able to do the walk around, and we'll be able to get this off to where it needs to be. The Mustangs, I actually been going through decal duty on this. I got to paint just a couple things like the little orange there on the end. But anyway, Captain Weaver's plane, I got all the decals on there. And now if you're offended by nudie images on nose art, you'll have to look away. I gave plenty of warning. So that's his nose art that he used, and he used the early kill markings. Pretty darn slick. Got it on both sides. About as much as I can't grab anymore. If I do, I may touch a decal. The red tail, I did get the custom 44s on. I got that on both sides, and I got the Margot nose art on there. So that's pretty much done. I did have to take a little bit of thinner, and I did put it up in the thinner box. And I had to I want to say trim up the canopy, but got the canopy cleaned up where I guess had shaky hand syndrome. But I did, and the tape bled through just a little bit, but got that cleared up, and basically almost done with the 2 ponies. And we'll just just paint just a little bit here and there, and I'll probably go with the airbrush just a tad, just a little bit of ink, and spray the decals just to get them a little worn. I don't like clean planes. I like now I have to build for other people, but I like to put my little mark on when I build models, because when you walk up to it, you know that, hey, Mr. Hare built that. But anyway, that's where I stand up. So we're almost done with that, and we'll do a walk around on those when the decals dry later today. The Twilight Car, I finished it today as well. It's got 2 coats of primer. I did get the license plate on the front, and I got it on the back. And I didn't glue it. I think that would be problematic. So what I used was double-sided tape. And I got butterfingers. But anyway, if it does fall off, you can just go get you some, you can get this at a hardware store, and, it's like for carpet, or you can even get it at a craft store probably. I think this will be better for the RC body. That way, if it, the paint won't crack, the glue the plate on, won't crack the paint or anything. At least the double-sided tape, if it does fall off, it'll just pull it off more easily than, having the plate glued on. If you have a problem with the tape not sticking at all, you can always just put a little bit of hot glue and then hot glue it to the main body. That would be better than super glue or any a 5-minute epoxy, which 5-minute epoxy might work. It might be more rubbery on the RC body because it is, it will be moving along on a chassis, so you got to think about that when you do put it on. But anyway, I tried to clear up the clear parts on there with some thinner. I don't know. I'm gonna have to write that up as putting basically a cloth underneath an RC body before I paint, and try it that way. But you live and learn. But anyway, that's pretty much done. You're not going to see a whole lot of the inside anyway, because it's going to be the electronics and all that. So it's no interior, so it's not really a big deal. I think what I want to do is if you don't mind, I'm going to probably ship this off. That way I won't scratch paint with the Becca's truck or Bella's truck, and I'll probably start painting it tomorrow, because I got to get some of this cleared off so I can get the truck on the stand, and then I can start painting. But anyway, we'll get to that very, very shortly. But anyway, we'll do a little walk around on it as well, because it'll be fully cured at the same time. The GTX, I went ahead and primered the top. I gotta burnish down a little bit more, and then trying to basically make the primer out of glue with the tape. I did get the paint ordered, so it's from paintscratch.com, and it's going to be a butterscotch color. So we'll get that painted once it gets here, and that'll probably be the end of next week, because it's got to be delivered by the wizards at UPS. So anyway, I'll get that. But anyway, I got to burnish down and put another coat of primer on, and then be ready to go on it. So, but it's taking shape. Now, I really don't want to primer the whole car. I want to use the yellow of the car for the butterscotch base coat. It's basically what I got planned. But anyway, we'll be ready to go on it. But I did get the chassis painted, basically flat black, which is probably much all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take my little basic silver here, and I'm going to do some dry brushing just to highlight the bottom. And then once this dries, I got to do one more coat, and because I got to flip it over, and I really can't grab it. I need to paint the other side of it, and then I'll be able to get the motor in, get the interior in, and then I got to ask, because I forgot, I got to paint the inside of the car here. I think I got to paint it a gray color, I think. I don't, I got to be told, I can't remember what he said, but anyway, he'll remind me what color I have to paint the inside. But anyway, that's basically where I stand on that, so I'm just waiting on it. But while things wait, I didn't do much on the Crazy Horse, but I did dig out the parts that were sent with it, so we can start adding them. This is DLM parts. He makes a little upgrade set. They're beautiful parts. Deflector dish, the little blue things that go on here that light up, which I'm going to drill out pretty soon. I'm going to use all the parts except for one part, and that is the bridge here. I'm not going to use it because, to be honest, it's actually more trouble than it's worth to rip that off and try to put that on. And really, honestly, I drilled a few holes around the bridge, and then the one for the flashing nav light there on the back, and for the strobe, and that's pretty much all it is. So that's the only one I'm not going to use, but I'll get all the other ones on. So I wanted to show everyone. He makes some good stuff. They're really top notch. So I'm looking forward to putting that on the Crazy Horse. I did have to order some blinky lights for it. I didn't have any, and need to order some, and I got them coming this way. Should have them probably in the middle of the week, and then we can start putting in some lights on that, and then we'll jump that ship once we get there. But anyway, one other thing, and I may this camera here, that I'm on, it has a boom mic on top, and I'm kind of tinkering around. I may go with the lapel ones that you can talk through. If not, I may get like one for your ear that fits on your head. I may get one of those. I haven't decided. I'm going to play around, see which one is more, crystal clear than the boom mic, which I take the boom mic everywhere I go because it's attached to the camera. But anyway, that's what I have got going on today. We are trying to paint the GTX. Trying to finishing up the Twilight Car, decal duty on the Mustangs, and we are putting future on the Chevelle. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.